Hey, what's going on everyone? It's me, it's Count, here with a brand new Pokemon Go discussion video, and today I wanted to talk about Bulbasaur Community Day Classic, and the reason for that is because recently Niantic stated that they are looking to get feedback regarding this particular event, mainly because it was a trial run, and it's something that they would like to try moving forward. I really do think that there is some value in providing feedback regarding this event, mainly because it was a very positive experience, and I would like to see them do more of it in the future. I'm going to be talking about all of that in today's video, so let's roll the intro and jump right into it. Right, so let's dive right in. So, Community Day Classic, like I mentioned, was a very positive experience, at least for myself. I talked to a lot of other community members regarding this particular event, and it seems like the sentiment has been very positive. For one, I am a longtime player. Actually, I'm someone who's been playing Pokemon Go pretty much since the beginning, and even though I already experienced a Bulbasaur Community Day, I really did like the fact that we were able to have a second go at this Pokemon. One of the things I really regretted the first time around is that I did not go after 100% IV Bulbasaurs whenever they were called out on my local Discords, and this was something that I really wanted to do this time around. And fortunately, it did produce a Shundo, which I was really happy about. I mean, I really wasn't expecting to pick up a Shundo Venusaur throughout this event, but I did go after some of those 100% IVs that were called out on Discord, and of course one of them did end up becoming a Shundo. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that I would like more Community Day Classics specifically for these Shundos, but more because I would like a second go at some of these Pokemon. Mainly because when Community Days first arrived to Pokemon Go, I really did not know how to maximize my gameplay in order to have the absolute best experience, but now that I know better, after doing a whole bunch of Community Days over the years, I really do think that if they were to bring back some of the powerful Pokemon that they had for Community Days, I would certainly play the game a lot more differently than I did the first time around. For example, if they were to bring back a Dratini Community Day, for example, I really do think that I would grind out a lot harder, especially now that XL candies are a thing. I really was not catching as many Dratinis as I could, mainly because I was just shiny checking and just hoping to catch as many shinies as I could. This time around, I would definitely go for a lot more of those candies, especially because for a lot of the Dragonite that I have, it would be really nice to get them powered up to the max level of 50 with XL candies. And the same could be said for a lot of the meta-relevant Community Days that they really should bring back. Like for example, if they were to bring back Larvitar or Beldum Community Day, I think those would be extremely popular. Regardless of what level of experience you have with Pokemon Go, some of these Community Day Pokemon are extremely useful and extremely valuable, and I really do think that it would benefit all the players who play Pokemon Go if they were to bring back some of these Pokemon as Community Days. Of course, over time, they did bring back some of these Pokemon through in-game events, and they did allow you to collect their Community Day moves through those events as well. I really did think that was an interesting way to bring back Community Day moves, but all in all, I would rather them do Community Day Classics, so it's something that we could look forward to and something we could plan around. Now, another thing that really cannot be ignored is the fact that there are a lot of newer players nowadays compared to day one players like myself, and a lot of the day one players have quit the game already, but there's a lot of players that have joined Pokemon Go over the past couple of years, and they were not able to experience some of these really awesome Community Days in the past. Having Community Day Classics would be a great way for some of those newer players to experience these Community Days and be able to catch a lot of these very powerful Community Day Pokemon. Because let's be honest here, I think a lot of the longtime players have stronger advantages compared to newer players because they have a whole bunch of these particular Pokemon in their collection. Like for example, the fact that I have a whole bunch of Metagross with Meteor Mash means that a lot of the gameplay is going to be a lot easier for me compared to a newer player who missed out on Beldum Community Day. But if they were to bring back Beldum as a Community Day Classic, it will certainly level the playing field for pretty much every player. So yeah, this is something that I definitely support, especially because there is a sentiment that it is optional gameplay. It's not necessarily something that is going to create a lot of pressure for most players, and that is of course because these are essentially repeat events. And of course Niantic could do a lot of unique and interesting things that would modernize some of these events. Like with the Bulbasaur Community Day Classic, they added a $1 special research ticket, which is of course something that we as players have become accustomed to, but it wasn't available during the original Bulbasaur Community Day. So the fact that they could bring in some newer mechanics with these Community Day Classics, it's going to create a lot of fun gameplay for a lot of different players. And again, it's always optional, so that's a very big plus. Now, probably the biggest reason why you should support Community Day Classics is of course XL Candies, like I mentioned earlier. Because that is a new dynamic to Pokemon Go's gameplay, it's going to make these sort of events just that much more important. Especially for some of those past Pokemon that we had, it'd be really nice if we were to have them again as Community Days, mainly because XL Candies are a thing. So even if you have Shundos and Hundos of Community Day Pokemon, it's still going to be beneficial for you to have these Community Days return to the game. And the last point I wanted to make regarding Community Day Classics is of course the fact that you can have repeat Community Days without creating any sort of backlash with the community for having a repeat Community Day. Of course, some of the controversies that we had surrounding Community Days over the past year was the idea of bringing back past shinies as a Community Day, but if we were to bring them to Community Day Classics instead of having them take up a regular Community Day slot, I think that would go along a lot better with the Pokemon Go community. So that is something that Niantic should keep in mind. I know that they've been dabbling with having like community votes for Community Days and different things like that, and of course we recently had the return of Eevee and Charmander, and they were met with some positive reactions, but I really would prefer having them as a separate event that we could have every other month or something like that. So yeah, these are just my thoughts and feedback regarding Community Day Classics, and of course this is a brand new concept to Pokemon Go, the idea of bringing back past Community Days as kind of like a side event, but of course this is going to have different reactions among all of the different players in the Pokemon Go community. So I would love to know your thoughts regarding Community Day Classic. What are you thinking should be making a return in these sort of events, and why do you think Niantic should do them more often? Or maybe you do not like the idea of Community Day Classics, and I would definitely like to know why. So make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and let's have a great discussion regarding this event. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here, and don't forget that little bell so you stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I am Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.